Holy cow, so check it out. I just found aborted entoloma. Is that what it's called? It's basically shrimp of the woods. This is a fungus. There's a whole bunch of them. Okay. Another one right there. So this is pretty exciting to me right now. This is a tulip poplar, right? Also known as a tulip tree, because that's what they are, not poplars. And it's got the characteristic leaves of the tulip tree. And all around it right now are the aborted Entoloma, which is a mushroom, also called shrimp of the woods. I'm really excited right now because I just learned about these things. Last winter I learned about them, and I forgot all about them. Obviously these are parasitic mushrooms, parasitic fungi. There's actually kind of a neat reason why these are called aborted entolomas. You see, they're parasites. They parasitize on honey mushrooms. I'd like to show you some honey mushrooms right now, but I'm having trouble finding some. However, I do see some of the non-aborted entolomas, so I'll show you that. So the non-aborted entolomas pretty much look like a mushroom. You've got your stem, or stipe if you want to be cool. They've got the cap, which is also known as the pileus, and they have gills. They pretty much just look like standard mushroom. That is, of course, unless they're the aborted stage. Never ever go around harvesting mushrooms, learn from a professional. I'm not a professional. If you go around harvesting or eating wild mushrooms, you can end up dead. Okay, so please take formal education with it. I hold no accountability for anything that happens to you because I didn't tell you to do it. I said not to do it. Now looking here, you could definitely see the aborted stage of the entoloma right next to the unaborted stage of the entoloma, and that does happen. Now remember, regular entolomas just look like mushrooms. They got the cap and gills and the stalk and all the regular characteristics. It's not until they reach the aborted stage that they start to look like mutants on the landscape. Holy cow, I've had to relocate 4 times now because of background noises, and there was a gym team practicing and had a megaphone, chainsaw, ambulances, airplanes, just everything. Now the sun is down and it's getting cold, as you can tell. But I was talking about the, aborted entolomas, right? This is, I didn't actually say, but this is Entoloma aborvitum. And they go into the aborted stage for a very interesting reason. It used to be believed that these things were being parasitized upon by honey mushrooms. And then in the 90s or so, the information has switched around to the fact that these are parasitizing on the honey mushrooms, not the other way around. And there's a bit of a battle goes on between the two different types of fungi, and eventually the honey mushrooms sort of do their best to resist these guys, the entolomas, and this is the aborted stage. I mean, have a look at this. There's nothing else that looks like the aborted stage of these entolomas. They look, actually, some of them actually look like shrimp, which is mildly appropriate because they kind of taste like shrimp. So I'm really excited about these. These things are really amazing. The meat on the inside is kind of like a pinkish white. I don't know if you could see that. See that? Very pinkish white meat, okay? And it's just a very incredible species, very plentiful. I found them all around that tulip tree that I was showing you. And walking to this spot here, I found a whole bunch more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely don't recommend you go and harvest and consume wild mushrooms or any wild edibles. Take a class from a professional mycologist and do tons and tons of homework because it's very easy to wind up dead, very literally. Toxic mushrooms are not a rare commodity, and they can really, really do you over. Some of them make it so you can't even drink water, so you're really done. But if you're into mycology and you know your stuff, or if you're just into checking these things out and photographing them, they are incredible. I will end the video at that point. I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed things and learned some cool stuff. And I will see you in the next video on nature here and now. See you later. See what I mean? So much noise. So much noise. I switched locations because it was too loud where I was. If you're into mushrooms and mycology, helicopter, there are ambulances, there's a fire engine, there are cops. There's a person just standing there watching me. Listen to all this noise.